Hey, what do you say? I'm your host, Tony Mostello. My channel is A Journey for Passion. Now, the lighting might be a little dim, and I do have lighting, but I wanted to kind of set the tone for what I was going to talk about today. First of all, I can tell you, I feel like a little kid doing this, experiencing this, going through the whole process, the editing thing, and I love it. It's a purpose. And I've realized that until I come to my true self and what I really love to do and who I really am, and being transparent in that, and really kind of segregating from a lot of people, not that it's against them, but for myself, to love myself. So that's what I want to talk about today, self-love. That's why I got the candles down. I wish I could turn all the lighting off, but then you wouldn't be able to see me, and that's probably not a bad thing either. But that being said, self-love. When I think of self-love, I think about all the years I've wasted I remember as a child, I was very passionate about a lot of things. I was very quiet and reserved, and those people that know me now still don't believe that. They say, times I'm boisterous, or I joke a lot, or I come off confident, but I can tell you as a child I had all these things pent up, and my father, God bless him, worked at the mills, lived there at the mills. We had everything we needed as children. That was sort of my framework of what a man's got to be. But in my heart, I always felt like I'm going to be in front of a bunch of people and encourage and entertain them, make them laugh, make them know that they're alive. Because as a child, I loved music. I had aspirations of singing, dancing, and all things I pursued and done them. And not to put blame on my father whatsoever, or my mother, but my own self. I always felt 40 when I was 6 years old. Of course, I'd be a kid and get excited about the usual things and Christmas and that, but there was just something, since I can remember, that I have to do something in front of people. And not for fame, because basically I'm really a shy person. Believe it, those of you that don't know me, you just know me from the channel, would think, wow, what a, he speaks positive. I'm just like everybody else. But I've just come to the point that I gotta love myself. No one is gonna love me more than me. No one is gonna have me more than me. And nothing against my mother, my brother, and mother's love, father's love, your brothers or sisters. But I'm saying true love. And what are you passionate about? And I've been like this since I was a little kid. I've always felt like I'm 50 years old. I gotta contain that. That's not acceptable. Not that it was put on me, but I just felt I was always going against the grain. You're crazy. You wanna what? I remember when I was a kid, the two things I asked for Christmas was fishing rods and music. And that's what I got. I loved it. That was my escape. Fishing was my way of suppressing, and music behind closed doors. And I don't know, you see a lot of kids and playing guitar, air guitar, and singing and doing that, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to dance. There was all kinds of things I wanted to do that I was just, I constricted myself as a kid. So now I feel like I'm going from 50 to 6, 7 years old again, back to where that heart is. And what it's coming to is my inner child. Spoke about that on the last episode. What am I passionate about? And when you hear somebody say, man, when you said this or you said that, I don't take it well. I don't take, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't receive well a compliment. But I'm the first one to give it out and heartfeltly mean it. But I don't take it well. And didn't for years. I suppress that. But I've come to a point in time in my life, you know, when we talk about self-love, have you ever loved something so much? A dear one in the family that passed away, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, end up in divorce, and although you didn't see eye to eye and everything, your heart ached. Ached. Well, I've been there. My heart's been aching since I was that big. And I finally come to terms with the only way to live is to live this out. To do it. To self-love, to feel what I feel passionate about. What I feel is my normal. That I've suppressed. I've got a great job. I've got a home. I've got a roof over my head. And I'm thankful and blessed to have all of that. And my family members in my life. And, I've got all that. But it's my time now. It's my time. And again, people would say to me, I can't believe Tony's shy. I don't receive well. So let's talk about self-love. When I think about self-love, I think about my kids growing up. I explained how I grew up. And that was my own mindset. But when I really get excited, when I got to play in a band or I got to perform in front of people and I could see people happy, I love to see people happy. And I realized that I became a people pleaser. And I could do that pretty good. But who suffered in that the most? Me. Me. Because I filled my heart and my ambitions in pleasing others. And I put that on myself. But like I said in the last show, no more. No more. The whole purpose of this channel is to pull people out of that mindset of impossibility, of it's not right to be this way. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, if you're not passionate or spiritual, you're not going to be on this channel. So if the fact that you're still on here, then I'm speaking to you. What's holding you back? What if, and that's what I said, what if I did this show and 5 people sent me something that said, I can't explain how you changed my life. That means everything to me. It means everything to me. And especially the young people today. In a world that's so much different when I grew up. Everything is instant gratification now. It's at your fingertips. And I'm guilty of this too. It's so you order foods delivered to the house. You don't have to drive down there anymore. You got an app, order pizza, boom, it comes. But what about driving down there, taking the long road, windows down, music playing, wind blowing on you? That's what I'm talking about, man. Life, living it. Self-love. I looked up the definition of love on Google. This is what I got. Here we go. An intense feeling of deep affection, fondness, warmth, intimacy, endearment, and then a great interest and pleasure of something. Something. Are you living out your life? Are you living out what you love? Are you constantly pleasing people? Even for mothers, for mothers it's got to be hard with kids that love their kids and don't have the time. And you're taking care of your kids, doing the best you can. Sometimes, you got mothers and fathers both work and take care of them. God bless you. But I do believe we're all given gifts. And that all comes together in one. There's something for everybody here. You could have a love or a passion for, hosting, having people at your house, hosting and having get-togethers. It could be something as simple as knitting. And, you ask any mother, you hear them now, you see them, God bless them, running around, taking kids to practice, trying to work, keep a house clean, everything else. I get that. But at some point in time, even though you love your children, or you love your spouse or your other half, if you're not filling your heart with your own and growing together, it's not going to happen. The true way to experience love is to love yourself. What's better than that? Love yourself. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you're worried about? I mean, the fact that I can say this, I can't tell you how much relief I have just saying this here. And right now it's easy because I'm staring into a camera and there's nobody here. But I'm going to put this out. And I'm going to be judged by it. There are going to be people that'll see it and say, that's not how he is. Well, that's my own fault. Some of that's my own fault. And some of that is just people that don't want to change, that don't pursue, don't want to hear it. But I'm living in the now. Self-love, mastering, loving yourself from here and here. Mastering oneself. Releasing doubt. If you have things that you're struggling with or you're going through it, that's part of it. That's why I call this a journey for passion, 4 pillars, making a new foundation. Times are going to change. Things are going to change. People are going to change, whether they want to or not, whether they realize it or not. The circumstances around them will make them change. How much and how well you're adapted to oneself and what you love and what's true to you and what you're passionate about determines how you'll be affected by that change. I spent a life worried about change. Not adjusting to change well, but on the outside looking like, oh, I got it together. When I didn't. And I decided that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is the now, right now. To encourage others, to love people, to love myself. Love yourself first. Anything that you have in your heart, old heartbreaks, any resentment, any past pains, the real truth to it is, there's no pill, there's no app, there's no person but you. You and the man upstairs and the faith in that. Or the faith in the universe, or whatever you believe to be a higher being. You. Once you feel that, make it a practice. Like me, what I'm doing now is if I get in that mood, I got music playing. When I start to think that negative thought, I play music. I think about fishing. You have to, you have to do it. No one's going to complete you. No new boyfriend, no new car, no new job, no new car. Once I get a car, I'll be, no, you won't. You'll be driving around the same thing. It'll smell new for a while. You get used to it. You're making your payments. Now it's just a car. It'll be something else you'll try to fill it with. When what you're really trying to fill is in here. And once you feel that, start to fill that and start to get in that habit of what, not instead of when I get this, I'll be happy. No, I am going to do this. And when the show starts, I'm going to do this. Or when I finally open that business up and I get past that barrier, I'm embracing the next one. When I was researching about YouTube and what it's all about in the end game. There was a video I was watching, and it had the thing of success. And they tell you, you know, there's 4 stages, and I don't remember what the first 3 were, but of course, you see the top stage, you're at the top of the mountain, and you would think it's success. It's not. It's not. Because there's more after that. Why? Because it's promised to us. As long as we're taking a breath, we're not harming anybody else, we're not taking from anybody, we're not deceiving anybody, but we're truly being ourselves in our heart, loving ourselves for who we are, accepting our flaws, working on them. If there's something you need to work on, you talk to her, you need professional help, and see somebody for professional help and work through that for yourself. Once you do that, the only thing that's going to be around you are people that are genuine too. And not to say everybody's fake, that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, if you're watching this and you're still watching it, then you understand what I'm saying. It's what we put on ourselves. But it's ourselves that have we have to love ourselves enough before we can love anything else. If not, we're just going to fill it with whatever. And that whatever ain't going to be buried with you under the ground. What you're going to remember is the good times, or I should have, or I should have. I don't want to be that person. I want my grandbabies to look at me and my kids, and they might think I'm crazy and what's dad doing next, but I want them, you know, you always want so much more for your kids, but like when I see my grandbaby now and I see her singing and dancing and she loves that, I encourage her. I see how happy she is with that. Now, maybe it's not a music thing it's going to be for her, you know, but I wanted so much more. My son's talented in music, plays instruments, picked up to him, learned them real quick, and my brother, music, you know, Maddie's mom, very, very, very smart. They complete each other. They do. They share the same common bond. They love that child even before then. You know, now they're married now, and God bless them. She's on and in college and pursuing that, and they're helping one another. Where she could just be sitting at home, and what an example for that child. That one person's way, even our mentor's way, is not your way. Your way is for you to find out. And when you get to what you were passionate about, and you're standing on that mountain, if you're as passionate, as loving as I am, and have faith and believe, you're going to look down and see everything that's down there. But me, I'm going to look farther till I see something that's blocking something, another mountain. It's not the end result, it's the journey. It's loving doing it, it's pursuing it. Pursuing it because it makes you feel good here, whatever that is. Thanks for taking the time with me. I hope I've encouraged you. Journal, write things down. Oh, one other thing. You are loved. You might have seen this on the last set. Real quick, this was a gift. When I was going through some things, and my brother came in here, moved in with me and that. This was in the spring of this year. For my beautiful sons, Tony and Brian, when your heart starts to worry and your mind just can't rest, put your prayers down on paper and let God do the rest. Love, Mom. I will be with you always. I started to put my prayers in here. I wrote down what I wanted to manifest and what I wanted to accomplish. And that I wanted to be known, I don't want to use the word famous, but known for encouraging others. And have abundance in that, just enough for me, abundance. Not rich, abundance. Because it's not mine anyway. I'm not taking it with me anyway. So I can give to charities and give to those that are in need, that don't have the chance we have right now, that we're lucky enough to have a job and have a house, and you're not happy about it. But what about these children that are like at St. Jude's, and homeless people and drug addicts and veterans. Man, I would love to be able to say I contributed to that. People that really have been hit with circumstances in their life that they don't, to even watch a video like this would be, are you kidding me? But me, I want it all. I want it all so I can give it all away. Why? Because more will come in. Abundance. Start to love yourself. Please, think about that. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope I've encouraged somebody. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe, or comment. Maddie Ray, raise your D. Poppy loves y'all. To my family, everybody else, Journey for Passion. Peace.